In this video, I'm going to show you how to create this 3D model. But first, I'm going to show you how I would do it in Inventor. First, I will create this extrusion, and then I'm going to make a cut. I'm going to add this rim, and then I'm going to add the fillet, and also another fillet, and the holes. So let me start with selecting a plane. I'm going to use the XY plane, and then select Start Sketch. Now I can create the sketch. So I'm going to start with the rectangle and also a circle. Now I'm going to trim them. So it looks like this. Now I can apply the dimensions. So I know this one is 3.5 inch tall. And that is 1.5. The circle is 1 inch in radius. Now if you take a look at it, this line is off centers. They are no longer aligned and they are not on the center. So this means that once you touch the line is no longer has the same constraints that you have anymore. So in this case, I want this line and that line to be aligned and also to be on the center. So right now I am in the dimension command, so I have to cancel the command by pressing escape on your keyboard. And then I want to make sure this line and that line collinear. So I use a collinear constraint. See, look. So now you can see that these two are aligned. And the next thing is to use the coincident. I want to make sure this point is touching this line. So this point and this line is aligned to each other. So I'm going to select this point. Not the points, not this point, not the middle point, not the end point, on the line itself. I can select this line or I can select that line, either way, depending on how easy which one you can use. So I click on here. Now, this line and that center point and that line is all aligned in vertically. So also the circle, the center point of circle is on that point as well. Now the only thing is different colors are these two lines, this line and that line, because if I do the escape right now, I can press the escape to cancel that constraint command. I can move this. If I can move this, that means this sketch is no longer fully constrained. So I have to make sure they are fully constrained. And by looking at the drawing, I know this portion and that portion is the same length. So this one and that line is going to be the same length. So this one I need to do apply equal in these two lines. Now they all the color turned blue. So once I finish it, I do finish sketch, get an angle so I can see what I'm doing, extrude. So I have created this shape. Now that I have to do an extrusion. For the extrusion, I only extrude this portion 0.5 inch because I will add that rim later on. So I'm going to extrude 0.5 inch. I'm going to extrude it not on one side. I'm going to extrude it equally on both sides. So to the left side of this and the right side of that on the XY plane. So okay. So now I create the first extrusion. Now I want to make a cut in here. So what I have to do is to click on this plane, and I can make a sketch on this plane. So start 2D sketch, and I can create this shape. You don't have to create the radius in here. We will add that later on in this step. So all I have to do is to create an arc, share the same center, escape, and also draw a line. Draw another line. Now I can trim this art. So I know this radius is 1.5 inch. And I know these two lines should be the same length. So I'm going to apply equal. And you can see the color has changed in the radius on the art. Now I'm going to apply that for this too. And still in black because I need the dimension. And I need this dimension, 0.7. So I'm going to say 0.7 inch from this edge to this 0.7. So now they're all in black, in blue. So if I just have to make sure if I move this line, try to move this line, it won't allow me to move. And same thing in here, it won't allow me to move. So when I'm done, finish sketch, extrude. Now in this case, I'm going to select the area that I don't want. So I can select the line and then I can select this end, this area. So this is the area that I don't want. But instead of joint, I make it cut. Instead of giving a dimension in here, 0.5, I can make it through. So doesn't matter how thick it is, it will be always through a through cut. So okay. And now the next step is to create this rim. In order to create this rim, I need to create it right in the middle plane. So I'm going to repeat that, sketch. Now, because this is a solid model, it's very difficult to see this sketch. So what I can do is to make the model a wireframe so I can see through the sketch. So all I have to do is to make this rim. Go back to sketch. Basically, the rim is just two circles with a line in between. Then I can trim everything that I don't want. Okay, so now I know a couple things. I know this art and that circle, this here, they should be the same. You can use equal. They should be the same. And also this line and that center point should be aligned together. So you can use collinear, in coincident. And because you can repeat that in here, or you can use collinear in here. And now the only thing I need is this dimension. And that dimension is 1.25 right here. So when I finish the sketch, I do the extrusion. In this case, I will do the 0.75 extrusion. On both sides. So you choose symmetric. And then it will extrude on the left side and the right side of that plane. And OK. Now I'm done with this part. All I have to do is to add fillets and the holes. So I can add the fillets in the bottom. There's a fillet command in here. And before we do that, let me turn on the shading first. I can change any shape I want. Let me do that in here so I can see the edges clearly. Now, once I apply the fillets, let me start again. The fillets. This fillet is 0.125. Now, all you have to do is to select the edges. I'm going to select this edge. I'm going to select that edge. And then it's 0.125. OK. I'm going to apply the fillet in here. In this case, this fillet because it's 1/2 inch thick, the fill is 0.25. So I'm going to change it to 0.25. Click this edge, that edge, this one here, also the one in the back, and apply and cancel. So I have finished the 3D model. Now all I have to do is to make the holes. To make the holes, I can create a circle in here and a circle in here and cut through it. So I can click on this plane, start, sketch, and draw a circle in here, also a circle in there. And because they should share the same center, I can use concentric commands to constrain. So I can use concentric, these two are concentric, and these two are concentric. And I want to make sure these two circles are equal. And now I just have to put a dimension in there. The hole is 0.25 inch in diameter. And finish sketch. Now I just have to do the extrusion again. But in this time, I have to select the circle, 2 circles. Instead of joints, I make it cuts. Instead of giving it dimensions, I want to make it a through cut. So you don't have to know the dimensions of the hole. And say OK. Now the 3D model is complete.